It is Monday on Raid Shadow Legends, but you knew that. Now, we've just gotten this sneak peek video regarding the ASGARD Divide update, which is being added to Raid Shadow Legends, and I'm going to create lots of excitement about it, even though I really don't care about it whatsoever. So what we're going to do, because we're so excited, we're going to go through a video. It's going to be a bit of reaction video, and then we're going to pause over a couple parts which make it so that if you previously were excited like me, then you'd realise, oh, why can't anything ever be good, and this is why I'm miserable about everything at all times. Okay, so there's nothing on the screen right now, but there will be in a second, so hang on, I clicked the wrong thing.
Hey everyone, it's time for another sneak peek, and this one's going to be special for all you fans
this is
of
to do with
mythology out there. Introducing one of Raid's biggest events, the ASGARD Divide. Norse mythology has always been a major source of inspiration for our beloved barbarians. From their appearance to their spiritual home in the kingdom of Frostheim. A land of bitter cold, brave warriors, and ancient secrets. So, to continue that Norse theme, the ASGARD Divide event will introduce 4 unique legendary barbarian champions and a time-limited event dungeon with a brand new variable gear set. This event will be massive, and it will be available from August 21st until November 22nd. Plenty of time to explore everything we've got planned. All sounds pretty exciting, right? Let's dive in for a closer look. First up, please give a warm Tolarian welcome to the stars of the ASGARD Divide. Meet Loki the Deceiver, Thor Feyhammer, Freya Fateweaver, and Odin Feyfather.
Again, still being
rather than gods, our versions of these characters are Fey. In Teleria, Fey are ancient and powerful spirits that have existed for a very long time.
Yeah, we know.
We won't focus too much on the lore here, so dive into their champion bios and check out the dedicated event lore for more. Now, for the really juicy information, how do you get these mighty champions? We'll start with Loki the Deceiver. You can get this elusive trickster for free during the Loki Chase event. You know the drill here. Simply log in on 7 different days between August 21st and November 22nd to add Loki to your collection. However, you need to have started the Loki Chase by October 24th to get Loki this way. Don't worry about reaching day 7 by that point. You'll still have until November 22nd to get there. Just make sure that you've started the Loki Chase before October 24th. We'll have a dedicated champion spotlight video for Loki where we'll dive into his skills in more detail. But for now, here's a couple of highlights to get you excited. The chase rewards will continue past day 7 so you can get Loki to level 5 of Awakening, as well as a bunch of other sweet rewards in Phase 2. It works exactly the same as the Adeline chase. His skills are all about deception and misdirection, placing Veil or Perfect Veil on himself and his allies, while manipulating buffs and debuffs. Oh, and he can completely evade enemy skills. Yeah, you're not going to want to miss out.
Kids,
Loki the Deceiver will be a great addition to your collection for any game mode where you want to mess with enemy buffs, especially Hydra and PvP battles. But where will Loki be without Thor? This mighty warrior is an all-out attacker, self-buffing himself with increased attack and increased crit damage buffs before unleashing a myriad of AoE attacks on enemies foolish enough to stand against him, and his hammer, Mjolnir. He'll ignore block damage and unkillable buffs and destroy an enemy's resistance stat. He'll be available to summon from shards throughout the event, and he'll remain in the summon pool after the ASGARD Divide ends. That applies to all 4 of these champions, by the way. They'll stick around and can be summoned well after the ASGARD Divide event comes to an end.
This you'll probably never see,
and steady presence on any battlefield. Freya Fateweaver will be available to summon from shards as soon as the ASGARD Divide event starts. No need to wait. Go grab this defensive powerhouse and protect your team with some divine foresight. And no event themed around Norse mythology will be complete without the one-eyed wanderer himself, Odin Feyfather. This titanic warrior can only be summoned via special summon events during the ASGARD Divide, so keep one eye open.
Obviously, because
get it? One eye?
Is broken.
Oh. He'll also be the boss of the new limited time event dungeon.
Okay, so this
and he'll join
is
the regular summon pool once
the
event dungeon is closed.
Said
event
don't
dungeon,
even go there
you
to.
Cry.
And we're going to
this is
go
a brand
over
new time limited dungeon we're introducing with the ASGARD Divide. It works like other dungeons. There's 30 stages with increasing difficulty.
30 stages.
And sweet rewards that can be earned on each stage.
You'd think that they could make it down to
battles
like
will
20
only
or
cost
15
energy.
if
So
it's
no special keys, no
barely
time or daily limitations,
each time,
and you can
but
super raid and
I suppose it adds
multi-battle
up
to your
people
heart's
wasting
content. So grab
580
your
NG
5
each
best
and not
champions
less.
and go kick the butt of whoever's boss. By the way, this new expedition won't be limited to just the ASGARD Divide. Oh no. We'll be reopening the event dungeon for future large-scale events and introducing new bosses who are champions associated with that event. We can't wait to show you what we've got.
Obviously, the champions he has
talked
players
enough about the event dungeon itself. Let's get properly into its
not
first
just barbarians
resident,
only,
Odin Faithfather. He'll rock the same skills as he'll have as a champion, plus all the standard boss immunities, as well as the temporal chains and lightning cage blessings. At lower stages, he'll only have level 1 of these blessings, but it'll rise to level 6 at the highest stages. Fear the Faithfather's power. Odin can and will constantly remove buffs from his enemies before landing precision strikes with his spear, Gungnir, dealing massive single-target damage that'll ignore defenses.
So it has the issue to go quite wrong quite quickly.
It'll increase the champion's damage dealt and damage received. Make sure you read the in-game boss guide before you take on the Faithfather. If you manage to conquer Odin's trial, then you'll receive a suitably awesome reward. As part of the event dungeon, you can earn gear for
now. 1 second.
Then you'll receive a suitably awesome reward.
Set that crit damage helmet there. Pay attention to that, because that's not just from accidentally having non-pinpoint gear as part of a showcase, like how they messed up the Hydra Clash participation box as the first time. Yeah, okay.
As part of the event
actually,
dungeon,
it might have been
you
shown
can earn
before,
gear for a number of different artifact sets.
Okay, here we are.
Okay, so new event dungeon.
Damn it.
The event dungeon, you can earn gear for a number of different artifact sets.
Okay, so for anyone who thought that this dungeon was solely a pinpoint set, it's not. You can get these instead, and none of these sets are particularly good. So that brings us to our first reality check regarding this dungeon, because, okay, and I'm going to say it right now, I'm going to make no fact into the actual difficulty of this at the highest stage. I'll just say that you spend the energy, you get some of this, but that means that 1 out of 6 gear pieces you're going to get from this are going to be pinpoints. The rest are basically wasted energy because they are not good gear sets, and you're not here to try and farm daze sets, crit damage sets, etc. So let's keep going.
Including a new event dungeon specific variable set called Pinpoint.
So Pinpoint is the
accuracy,
next
speed, with
hodgepodge
all 9 pieces
attempt
granting
to
aware,
address
an additional
polymorph.
60 accuracy.
And again, the issue here is that you are in some way, shape or form having to grind out, otherwise gimp yourself, for a gear set that doesn't entirely stop it. Because Intercept is... it doesn't expire by itself, but I think it can be removed. Every time you'd be CC'd, well, it gets intercepted and the stack goes away, but at that point, once your stacks are gone, you don't get more from this set, and at that point, it is just a weaker version of Feral or Perception. And let's see now, does it showcase in terms of
32% speed, with 4, 6, and 9 pieces of gear equipped?
Yeah, there you go.
The Pinpoint set also grants the wearer either 1, 2, or a massive 4 stacks of Intercept. It's the perfect set for champions that want to hit hard, fast, and without having to worry about any pesky...
Okay, well that's wrong, because Pinpoint doesn't have any defense shred whatsoever. So, compared to like Merciless, Lethal, etc., this is not a set for anyone who's trying to do direct damage. It's more for champions who are going to be glassy, not expecting to take a hit, so, you know, no stones game, and just try and debuff people and then not get polymorph for it. So, I'd say, well, support Wukong is obviously one example here, but anyone else is bombers, champions like Ramon 2, Drake's Blood, etc., who are just trying to go fast and debuff things, and hopefully end the game before anything else happens in terms of complications. Okay, so I'm going to watch a bit more now in case there's something I've forgotten.
Debuffs like
My memory's not very good.
No doubt the Pinpoint will get
we know it's exact because of sheep. You would not make this sort of set otherwise.
Since it's a variable set, you can mix and match it with other artifacts for truly unique combination.
This is false because I'll tell you right now that Pinpoint is not a gear set unless you have a full 9 set of it. 1 or 2 intercept stacks is not enough, and if you're having the 2 stacks, that's a 6 set, so you can't have anything like 4-piece stone skin, 4-piece lethal, anything like that.
Let your imagination run wild. One last thing about the event dungeon. We'll be launching a dedicated tournament focused on raiding it, so you can get even more rewards.
So here's the stick. The carrot was the dungeon itself, but this is the stick, because now if you're not going to this dungeon, then you are missing out. Now, what is it regarding missing out? There's a fear of missing out. Fear is bad. You don't have that fear, and you don't want to miss out. Then there you go. Start going through this dungeon. That's probably not going to give you anything good. And
Event Dungeon will swing open its doors from the beginning of the ASGARD Divide right through until October 24th, which also happens to be the cutoff date for starting the Loki chase. Handy, right? And that's everything we've got for you in this sneak peek. The ASGARD Divide schedule will be packed, and we hope...
Okay. So, first thing I'll mention here is, obviously, you saw at the start where you have a 1 in 6 chance of getting Pinpoint gear to begin with, and it's anywhere from 5-star epic to... Was it 6-star mythical, or just 6-star legendary?
There's 30 stages with increasing difficulty and sweet rewards that can be earned on each stage.
I believe it's probably just going to be epic and legendary until proven otherwise. So, already the odds are a bit against you in terms of getting pieces with coherent stats, because you know what it's like from dungeon farming. You spend ages and you barely get coherent 6 stars. And it's going to be the same here, where a lot of the time you aren't getting the gear set that you want. And then it's the fact that you need a 9 set, which includes accessories. Now, I'm going to assume that obviously all these accessories are just Pinpoint, and we're not going to just add accuracy accessories to the game. If they do, then that's going to be quite something. But, so, assume that this is an additional reward in addition to a gear piece. You might get 1, you might get 3, I'm not too sure. It's probably just 1, knowingly. It could be just any one of these at all, and the gear piece itself is weighted. So, but again, I don't know. I'm just throwing darts at the board here and seeing what ends up being a 180. No, a 60, sorry, not a 180. A 180 is when you get 3 60s in a row. I'm trailing off here. But again, so if you want the 9 sets, then you have to get all 3 faction accessories for the same one. And when there is 15 factions in the game, with obviously 3 each, that is a 1 in 45 of you getting, say, a Lizardman banner, Skinwalker's ring, etc. And you know what's going to happen. You're going to have somewhat coherent actual gear itself, and then you're begging the gamers, oh, come on, give me the ring I need, oh, I need the banner, and then you get a banner, and it's defense main with no speed in it whatsoever, which is useless for your debuffers. So you Chaos Aura it, happens again because, you know, that's what happens, and back here you go. And then you're worrying because you're running out of time, and you may run out of time, and at that point you have no coherent Pinpoint at all, and you've wasted all of your energy and everything else that involved getting it, and you're going to feel quite bad about it. So unless you're really going to be picking out in terms of spending loads and loads of money and all of your energy, you're probably not going to get a whole lot out of it. And really, unless you're really trying to push Plat Arena or really high in Live Arena, let's be honest, who cares about Live Arena nowadays? It's kind of... Then you're probably not going to use this gear set and just use Perception or something, you big hippie. So if you are anything apart from absolute endgame, then by all means visit this dungeon a couple of times just as something new to fight. Maybe something along the lines of that. Get stuck in a certain stage because they'll put our mans in there and something else. He's a barbarian. Remember that. And this is falling down again like it always does. Anyway, so yeah, unless you're absolute endgame and bored out of your skull, then you're probably not going to get anything that you'd ever be able to practically use and just spend your energy and your time elsewhere. Unless they change this, which, let's be honest, they're probably not going to, as long as the pay pigs are giving them thousands and thousands in terms of energy in a way, because brand new thing. But that's myself just moderately complaining at this point, and yeah. So if you're asking for how to beat certain stage on this, what do you use for it, the answer is no idea. Unless they absolutely bang my head against the table and force me to go here, otherwise they put the gun to ahead of everyone that I've ever known dear. Spoiler, not many people. Apart from you for watching, which I really appreciate, so yeah. Anyway, I'm not bothering with this dungeon. You probably shouldn't be either. And honestly, I've been harping on for way too long now, so I'll cover the ASGARD Divide Champions another time. And in case you're wanting to have a bit more excitement, then, well, sorry. Can't do it. I'd like to, but we can't have our own way in life now, can we? Right. We're done. See ya.